It was supposed to be perfect. 2 couples, 1 weekend, 0 cell reception. We brought wine, playlists, and enough food to survive a storm. The cabin was perched on the edge of Slate Ridge. No neighbors, just trees and silence. Too much silence. Even the wind sounded muffled up there, like the trees were listening. By nightfall, we noticed the little things. No insects, no birds, not a single fly or gnat. Even when we left food out, it felt sterile, staged, like someone had prepared the cabin. Not cleaned it, prepared it. There was a leather-bound guest book on the coffee table, dozens of entries, all the same handwriting, different names, different dates, but the same writing, all cheerful. Wonderful weekend. Cabin is so peaceful. Can't wait to return. Every one of them ended with the same sentence. The air was so still. That night, something walked around the cabin, not an animal. Footsteps circling slowly, crunching gravel, then stopping, then starting again. But every time we looked, there was nothing there. No tracks, no shadows, just that still air. In the morning, the second car was gone. Keys still inside the cabin, doors locked. All of Jake's clothes and bags, gone too, like he'd never come. But his boots were still in the mudroom, no tracks led away, just ours looping the cabin. We packed up to leave. As we turned onto the main road, we saw another car pulling in. 2 couples smiling, waving, excited to unplug. We slowed, rolled down the window. I asked the guy driving, "Is this your first time here?" He smiled too wide. "No, our second. We had to come back. The air's just so still." Just an odd experience. A group of 3 couples, friends since college, booked a secluded lake house for the weekend. Remote, woodsy hills, moss-covered dock, no cell signal. Arrived Friday evening. We docked at twilight, unpacked wine, threw logs into the fire pit. Perfect escape. The host left a printed manual. Page 2 warned, "Don't go in the attic. It's being used for storage." Sounded odd, but whatever. Maybe tools or seasonal gear Saturday night after dinner. We were playing cards by the dock. The only sound was our laughter. And then something else, a creaking from above, not from the house roof, but the attic. It sounded like someone stepping slowly, deliberately. We froze. Then it stopped. The next morning, 1 couple went exploring inside the house. They found a trap door hidden in the ceiling of the lofted living room, locked. But weirdly, new marks rimmed the latch, like it had been opened recently. We unlocked it after some arguing. Inside was a makeshift room, old camping mattresses, empty food containers, dusty pillows. Tucked in the corner, a camera on a tripod pointing straight toward the living room couch. Under it, a stack of photos. Same couch, different times. Some showed us, sleeping. We collected the photos, felt like someone had been watching us before we even got there. We ran downstairs, called the host company. No answer. We packed, left immediately. But on each bed pillow across the house, a small folded note, same handwriting. "Thanks for visiting. We barely touched your food." At the end of the drive, I checked the booking record online. That lake house had been listed as available for that weekend, but had never registered as booked under our names. Refund logs? Empty. No host record, no support ticket. We were never officially checked in, but we had a camera trained on us from the attic. We reported it. But there's no proof we were there, according to their logs. Just our cameras, our photos and memories, and whatever, or whoever, watched us. We were supposed to stay at a cabin in Vermont, but our booking got cancelled last minute. Frantic, I found a cheaper house on a sketchy rental site. No reviews, no real photos, just a map pin and 2 sentences. Quiet, private, perfect for couples. No contact with the host needed. Sounded peaceful, in a weird way. The GPS lost signal an hour before we arrived. The roads narrowed, trees got thicker. No streetlights, no service. Finally, we reached it, a small 1-story cottage. Shutters bolted closed, driveway overgrown, but the door was unlocked. Inside, clean, cozy even. A welcome note on the counter. "Please don't rearrange anything. We like things exactly the way they are." Night fell fast. There was no Wi-Fi, no TV, just a vintage radio and a few board games. Fine. Unplug weekend. Until we noticed something strange. All the mirrors were gone. Every single one. None in the bathroom, none on the dresser. Even the car's rearview mirror had been snapped off. Who removes every mirror? On the second night, I found a dusty journal hidden behind the fireplace grate. A guest book, only one recurring entry every few months. Thank you for letting us stay. We didn't change anything. We didn't touch the mirrors. Signed with a different name each time, same handwriting, page after page. I couldn't sleep. At 2:47 a.m., I heard creaking from under the floor. Not rats, rhythmic creaking. I pulled the rug in the hallway. There was a trap door. Inside, a soundproof room. Old chair bolted to the floor, microphones, wires, and a wall full of photos, guests, couples, sitting where we sat, eating, kissing, sleeping. We ran, got in the car. But there was a paper taped to the windshield, tucked under the wiper. You're free to leave, but leave the house the way you found it. We drove until sunrise. When we returned to the city, I emailed the site admin, bounce back error. The site no longer existed. A week later, I got a call from a blocked number. A robotic voice. You moved the rug. That wasn't part of the agreement. Then silence. That night, I found a USB on my doorstep. Inside, footage of our weekend, taken from inside the house. Angles we never noticed. One clip was marked, next guests arriving soon.